Hi, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Welcome. Happy New Year for all those who celebrate. I thought I'd come on and talk about the year so far. Today is the 9th. So this is technically the first week, kind of a first full week. Well, a little more than the first full week of the year. And so much has happened. Oh my God, so much has happened. And I'm in America, so a lot has happened in this country. And yeah, I feel like last year's shenanigans are still shenanigan. Shenaniger? I don't know. There's a lot going on. Today's the 9th. Gosh, it feels like old news, but Venezuela, there was what happened in Minneapolis, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you're in the future, look that up. 2026, beginning of the year in America. Living in America is quite a spectacle now. Not that it was the safest place or the most, I don't know what I'm thinking, whatever word I'm thinking of, but it's pretty wild, wild west for sure now. Since this, Americans are obsessed with cowboys. I think we're past cowboy-ish. I laugh because I can't cry. I can't cry anymore. Yeah, there's a lot going on. And it feels like, for me in general, like the past decade, I feel like January never feels like the beginning of the year. And I wonder, and I put this question out there for everybody else who's watching it, if you feel like January is kind of like the leftover of the year before. If you're into spirituality or are not following I guess it's the Gregorian calendar that starts the new year in January, you might be following Chinese New Year, which is in February. I'm pretty sure it's in February, usually in February. Or Astrology New Year, which is the beginning of Aries, which starts in March. You might also feel that energy of January is not the beginning of the year. That it's just been kind of forced upon us to be the beginning of the year, but it's not the beginning of the year. And I always feel like January is basically like the leftovers of the year before, and it's kind of like a wrap it up moment, and you'll bring in the tail end of last year's energy in. So I wasn't surprised when things started popping off. What I was surprised of how quickly things started popping off. Like, I thought at least we would get the first 2 weeks in January to, I don't know, relax. It's been insane. And it's crazy how things have gone. But I also see it as life for everyone who lives here, and also the world will not be the same. Our government will not be the same in whichever way you want to take that. Things are just changing so rapidly that it's hard to grasp what's going on. And even things like, as you know, that murder in Minneapolis, like even things like that news coming out, there was a lot of, for example, the victim, Renee Nicole Good. I remember there was AI images made of her and the person who murdered her, and a lot of it was not true. There was a lot of misinformation because of AI. There's a lot of things going on with AI right now. Twitter, X, whatever you call it. I just deleted my Twitter. I was already done with it, and I kind of didn't care for it, and I almost never checked it. The only time I go on is if I have to post something or if I have to complain about a company. Literally, I would go on to complain about a company and say, hey, and that's a place where resolution usually happens. But now I think it's more TikTok. But there's a lot of nuttiness going on on Twitter, to say the least. Grok, which is the AI portion of Twitter, has been doing really nefarious things. Well, I mean, yeah, it's doing nefarious things for nefarious people on Twitter. Twitter has always been kind of a cesspool. It's like 3 steps away from 4chan. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But there's always been kind of like, you can see a lot of things you don't want to see. Sometimes you open the app and you'll be like, whoa, I did not need to see that. So I don't know how it's getting worse, but it's gotten worse. So I was like, you know what? I don't even use this account. Let me just close it. So I closed my Twitter. I was thinking about closing my Snapchat too because I never use it. And just keeping to the basics like YouTube, Instagram, and I'm still debating TikTok because it just got TikTok in America was bought by a big company that's really tied to the government. So it's kind of like, there's a lot going on. All that to say, I'm looking at my notes. All that to say, this is a soft launch of the year. This is pretty much the title of the video, a soft launch. I'm sure everyone's feeling, I don't even know how to describe it. I just wake up every morning and go, oh, what is it now? What fuckery are we up to now? What the fuck is going on? It's been very just insane. And if I could give anybody a piece of advice in this moment, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I really don't. I hope things get better. Usually things get worse before it gets better, and I'm hoping this is the worst of it. I want to say to everybody out there that we are, unfortunately nowadays, we're in an individual kind of stance in America. We don't really have too many tribal kind of affiliations, I guess, unless you're part of a club, unless you have a hobby, unless you consider your work friends your tribe or your school friends your tribe. You're pretty much, obviously your biological family and your close friends, but in the grand scheme of things, you're an individual. And for those individuals who are in that, just remember that you're not alone. Please take care of yourself. It's wild out there. Take breaks from social media. I know it's ironic that I'm on social media telling you to take breaks from social media. I get it. Really take care of yourself. Try to find those tools to really take care of yourself. Go out there and protest. That's important. It really is important to hear your voice. And if you can't go out and protest, call your representative, your state senator, whoever, and let them know how you feel. Yeah, it's chaotic. And like I said, I always feel like January is the tail end of the year prior. So I feel like as we get further into the year, things will get better. And I guess that's my message to you today. Things are going to get better. Please stand up for what you believe in. Don't let them silence you. People have been like, oh, you're going to get on a list. I'm probably already on a list. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm on someone's list. And you'd be surprised, you're probably on somebody's list too. So, okay. Yeah. Get your passport. Some woman that was online was like, get a pew and a passport. I'm not saying you should do any of that, but do what you must and stay vigilant. Stay very vigilant. Yeah, and I hope you have a really great day. Know that you are loved. Take some time out for yourself. Like, I know a lot of people can't do that. They have their kids or their husbands or their family and they just can't do that. Like, if you can take like 2 minutes to go to the bathroom and like do some breathing. I know I always mention the bathroom because that's the only place I feel like if you've got chaos in your life, you can go and lock the door and and sometimes you can't even do that, but I don't know. Do like a 1 minute breathing or something. I'm actually, this year I want to upload some meditation and affirmation stuff to help people out. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully, you know, you get to use it. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I wanted it to be quick and just let you know that you're not alone, that we're all kind of in the same boat. And I guess in the comments, let me know what you're doing to regulate yourself, because it is wild out there. I personally have been journaling a lot and doing meditations, going for walks, just little things. And it may be as simple as you saying, yeah, I go for a walk too, for 15 minutes. Hey, that's great. Or, oh yeah, I've been writing in my journal, or I've been doing 5-minute meditations. It doesn't have to be a lot, like like I said, 1 minute of breathing or something, and hopefully you'll be okay. If things are not going as, because things are hard. I see a therapist. Don't be ashamed of going to see a therapist if you can afford it, because I went to the doctor today, and that was the other thing. The premiums, the copays. God bless America. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you're doing to regulate yourself. Happy New Year to you all. It is going to get better. It might get a little worse before I get better, but it's going to get better. And we're going to be okay. And love you guys. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.